Over the Moon is about a girl named Fei Fei who goes to the moon in order to prove that a moon goddess is real. It's loosely based on Chinese legend and mythology, but makes its own story with them. So they just do whatever they want with it. It opens with Fei Fei's mother telling a story of the stars and a space dog who likes to roll in space dust and eat the moon, I guess. And then some song about the moon goddess. Basically, she drank a potion that gave her immortality, which caused her necklace to break and her to float to the moon. And when she cries, her tears turn to stardust. Hang on, didn't the space dog like rolling in the stardust? So he likes rolling in her tears. That's great. What a happy family. I'm sure it'll stay that way. Fei Fei's family owns a business where they make mooncakes. So, time for a song about how they make them.
Stuff, roll, press, smack. Stuff, roll, press, smack.
The animation for this is pretty great. Now Fei Fei is a bit older and her mom is showing signs of being ill. Damn it, do you see where this is going? Oh my god, now she's using a cane. Holy hell, and now she has a wheelchair, and they bought Fei Fei a little white rabbit, and next it shows her crying in her bed and then pushing a flower down a stream. Yep. Now it's 4 years later, and she's delivering mooncakes to people, and when she gets back, a woman named Mrs. Zong is there, and she drops a bowl of dates, and, well, time for some conflict. And this annoying kid is Chin, and his pet frog. He's good at ping pong and thinks he can run through walls. No wonder he's so dumb. This kid is one of the most annoying characters I have ever seen. Seriously though, just look at the animation of this rabbit. It's so good. Alright, back on topic. Fei Fei's father is about to tell her something important, but then her other family members just barge in and ruin it. And Fei Fei starts being rude to Mrs. Zong and won't let her use dates and mooncakes because that's not how her mother did it, okay, and she gets all whiny about it. They then start talking about Chang'e, the moon goddess, and how she took 2 immortality pills instead of saving one for Hou Yi for conflicting reasons. Then Mrs. Zong just throws this in there.
Actually, according to my mother, I might be related to Hou Yi.
Of course you are. Everyone's insisting that this is just a myth, and Fei Fei gets all pissy about it and insists that she's real and spills a bunch of food all over the table. Then she goes inside, and how did Chin get up here? Anyway, he tells her that his mom and her dad are getting married. Hold on, they were acting like Fei Fei had just met her today. Were they seeing each other without her knowing, or are they just getting married after just meeting each other? Either way, this is a dick move on her dad's part. Mrs. Zong gives Fei Fei a special mooncake from her hometown, and she throws it in a drawer. So Bungie runs off to the river, and Fei Fei finds her, and then starts singing about how she's gonna prove that Chang'e is real, so her father will remember her mom and not marry Mrs. Zong. So, what's her plan?
Build a rocket to the moon.
Yep. She's gonna build a rocket and go to the moon. So she starts making the plans and asks her father if she could buy some things for a science project, and he agrees, and then she proceeds to spend like $1,000 on rocket stuff and he doesn't even question it. So she builds a bunny rocket and uses magnets to make it go, and this by some miracle works. Well, almost. It failed because Chin hid in the rocket, but where could he have possibly been hiding in this thing? But they get saved by some gravity lift and these griffins. They crash on the moon and the griffins take them to Chang'e's palace. And now it's time for her story to go completely off the rails. Because then these glowing talking mooncakes, I'm serious that's what they are, take them to Chang'e. And they make it look like there's going to be a song similar to the Chinese style of the previous ones, but nope, they have this weird pop concert thing that is really out of place. What is going on? After the stupid song, Chang'e says something about a gift that has never even been mentioned before, and she lets Fei Fei take a picture with her, but she takes it as collateral for when she brings her gift that I guess can bring Hou Yi back, and she desperately wants it because this moon sphere thing only has a little bit of moon dust left. And when it runs out, it's gonna be too late to bring Hou Yi back. Okay, has this timer been running for thousands of years and just so happens to be running out now? Or did it start when the gift got to the moon, or what? Why is this never explained? Chang'e thinks Fei Fei lost the gift, so she makes a competition that whoever brings her gift can get a wish granted. What kind of wish could a talking, glowing blob possibly have? As Fei Fei's leaving the palace, she finds these knockoff Angry Bird looking characters to help her find the gift. And Qin sneaks back into the palace, so Chunga challenges him to a game of ping pong for the photo. Then she turns into a Street Fighter character and they play this floating ping pong game. I'm pretty sure at this point the writers just started putting in their joke ideas. Anyway, after initially losing, Qin somehow wins. A 10-year-old kid who can't even win a tournament in his own age group beats a goddess in a magical game. Yeah, that makes sense. Moving on. She doesn't even give him the photo and she just locks him in this room. So Fei Fei and the Angry Birds get back to her rocket ship and find this moondog shaped glow stick who got banished or something. And Fei Fei finds her doll, so let's just pretend this is the gift that Chunga wants. And the Angry Birds grab it and take off. Back at the palace, Jade is making, oh yeah, there's a hare named Jade. Jade is making a potion and Bungie interrupts him and gets a potion dumped on her and now she has powers. And this is what this potion that he's been working on for over 1,000 years needed to work. Well, that's convenient. And after another long song, they find the bikers and fight for the doll. And apparently this white powder stuff cuts things and it destroys the doll. Oh no, what if the doll was that gift she needed and now they're doomed? And Fei Fei's only concern is her dad getting married.
My dad will marry that awful woman with her horrible boy.
How is she awful? What has she done that is so terrible? If anything, Fei Fei is the awful one here. On the way to the palace, Fei Fei decides to eat this mooncake that Mrs. Zong made her and finds the other half of Chunga's necklace in it. Wait, when did she get this out of the drawer? Why did she bring it back to the moon? How did Mrs. Zong get this? Why did she break it into the mooncake? How did she know that Fei Fei would need it? There are so many questions here. Alright, whatever. Turns out this is the gift and they're almost out of time, so damn it, you better hurry. So Qin breaks through this magical door and they get the amulet to Chunga and she does some spell thing. And this brings Ho Yi back. But they were either just barely too late or this only lasts until the moon timer ran out. It doesn't explain it. So Ho Yi disappears. Then Chunga gets all depressed and creates a chamber of sadness. Fei Fei is the only one who can go in, so she goes in to drag her ass out, but then she gets a memory of her mother who just floats away from her. What the hell? So she gets all depressed and just sits there. Then Chunga floats over to Fei Fei and starts singing about how she needs to let her mother go and move on. Maybe take your own advice, lady. So then Qin once again breaks through this impenetrable barrier and they teach Chunga how to move on. So they're finally getting ready to go back home, but I guess Bungie's gonna stay there to be with Jade Rabbit, and Fei Fei finally gets her stupid picture. So the Griffins fly them back to Earth. Quick question, why did Chunga never use them to get the amulet before? Anyway, after going through all that, the picture just burns up, so I guess this was all for nothing. And now they have a dog that they've never had before, and Mrs. Zong has Chunga's amulet. What the hell is going on? But then we get this nice father-daughter scene.
What do you think Jade Rabbit's making tonight?
I mean, more rabbits? And we end with this bird who's supposed to be Chunga or her mom or something, I don't know. This movie starts off strong and has a good story, but it completely changes when they leave for the moon. It's like they wanted to make a movie about losing a loved one, but yet make it a kids movie also. So they split the difference and it kind of works. They also threw in random things like the pop song and the ping pong match, and I don't understand why, since it doesn't add to the story at all. I think this deserves this Oscar nomination for Best Animated Picture, but that's gonna go to Soul. The voice acting in this is really good and has some well-known actors, like John Cho as Fei Fei's father and Sarah Oh as Mrs. Zong. The animation is kind of a tale of two halves. The first half is fantastic with the realistic scenery and the characters look great. I particularly like the attention to detail, like the flour and the smoke in the baking scenes. And then they go to the moon and it all falls apart. It's not completely terrible, but it doesn't look nearly as good. The bright colors make the background look really cartoony, and the characters there are just bright neon blobs, and it's all just way too bright. The two rabbits look amazing though. Their fur has individual strands that move on their own, and their body movements actually look like rabbit movements. It's just unfortunate they didn't have that much detail in all the animation. It's a good movie up until they go to the moon. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.